I wanted to show you the progress on the zucchinis. I don't know if you can see there. I'm going to try to zoom in, see if you can see them, but there's the little babies coming out right there. Yep, that's one of them. So I just wanted to show you how the progress is. You can see there's more right here. There's more right there. Let's see. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you we're doing okay. So that's the progress. Zucchini. There's one right there. There's one right there. Got another one right here. Nice one. Got some more growing right in there. And we got that one right there. And those are all ready to pick. We got all these plants. There's another one right there. You can see. We got another one right over there. So we're doing real good on zucchinis. They're doing really well right here. Like I said before, the only thing is we got to put some mulch into the ground because it's really dry. As you can see, the leaves wilt, protecting themselves from the heat. But the ground looks dry because this ground is just dry. So we're going to mulch it, and so our things should come out better. And well, there's the update on the zucchini. So I'm going to go inside and get something to cut them with. We're going to pick those few that are ready, and we're going to also make a dish. Okay, so I went and got the tools. I got a little pan to put them in. Little Zeke cut some cherry tomatoes earlier. This is his first harvest, the first pickings off the plants. So today I'm going to do the first pickings and take off some of these zucchinis. That also helps with producing more zucchini. So we're just going to kind of cut it right here at the end here, like you would see at a store. And there's our first zucchini. Now the zucchinis are done when the flower is dried. So once the flower is dried, you can cut it at any time after that. Once the flower falls off after it's been dried, your fruit is a little over ripening. But if you like that kind of stuff, well, you grow it to where you want it. But this is kind of when it's ripe, right when the flower dries out. So that's one. Let's go over to the other plant where we got another one right over here. Okay, this is the second one we're cutting. And there it is. See, the flower is dry. Come off. So this is a real good size zucchini right here as well. So we got another one over here on this side. Right here. Okay, we got one more right here on this plant. That's a nice looking zucchini, and there's the dead flower as well. Right off. Got one another little one here. If you want to zoom in on it right there and see. Another little one. It's already got the flower taken off as well. Got another one here and another one there. And that'll be the pickings for the first crop. Okay, we got this other one. Look at how nice size that is. That's a nice big one. As you can see, it's sitting on a rock. I left it up there because so it wouldn't get wet and cause it to rot. So I set it on a rock there so it would be safe. So now we're going to cut it. And that's a real nice zucchini right there. Let me just kind of clean it off so you can see. Real nice. Okay, we got one more right here to do. As you can see, this one's really nice as well. And we cut that right there. And so this is what we got on zucchinis for the first cutting. Is 6 pieces.
Dang, that's a lot.
So with that, this is what we got cut from the zucchini. So we're going to show you how to make a recipe. So let's go inside and we'll make ourselves a recipe. All right, let's go.
Now tell them a little bit of story where you started from, Salinas.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that inside. Okay, for this zucchini recipe, we're going to need a couple of things to complete this recipe together. The main ingredient being the zucchinis. Okay, so with that, we're going to need these ingredients. Okay, first of all, we're going to need half an onion. Brown or this yellow onion would do just fine, but half of it is all we need, and we'll dice it up. We're also going to use about, I would say 2 cups of the cherry tomatoes that we picked out in the garden, as you can see right there, looking real nice and beautiful. We're also going to need some salt. Here at the homestead we use Himalayan salt. I know we have this bag. If you can't find any of this salt in your area, just comment down below and send us a message. And we have these small little bags that we have. It's a 1 pound bag, and we sell those for $5. So if you're interested, just comment below and we'll arrange how to get one to you. Okay, we also use some kind of chicken flavoring to be able to put inside the juice to make it have a little bit of flavor. Oh yes, and let's not forget those beautiful zucchinis that we picked straight from the garden, and they look so nice. So now we're just gonna get started here, and we're gonna give them a wash. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the cheese. Forgot about mentioning that. You can use any cheese that you like. I like the cheese that melts, but if you like any cheese that you want, Parmesan, any kind of cheese that you want, you can use that as well. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start rinsing and excuse me. We'll get rinsing and we'll get started with the recipe. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to rinse off these zucchinis. Okay, yeah, just to get the dirt off, that's all. Yeah, so all we're going to do is just rinse off some of the dirt. I mean, it's pretty clean, it's all organic. And but we're going to rinse them off a little bit. Get them all nice and washed there. Look how fresh they look. Wow. Just kind of clean them off. Alright. Go to the next step. Okay, so now we're going to cut them. You can cut them any way you want. I like to cut them in, actually it depends how you cut them, that makes how quick they cook. But I like to cut them in kind of in 4s. But in for this recipe, I'm going to just cut them in kind of a, 3/4 of an inch, maybe, wide pieces. Look how nice it looks on the inside. Really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do next. These ends go to the compost pile. So let's do the next one. That's quite a bit for just being 2 zucchinis. Got quite a bit right there already. But we're going to still do some more. Let me get a pot. I'm going to use to cook it in. So that we can go ahead and do that. Start preparing it. Sorry about all that noise. But there's the pot I'm going to go ahead and use. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in there. Now since they've been washed, they don't need to get washed again. So we can just put them right in. So we'll go ahead and do this. Here's another one. So we're going to go ahead, about 3/4 of an inch. Now if you have a family as large as ours, well, this is probably not enough. But anyway, it'll still do. It'll be a little side dish that they can have with the main meal, which would be there's some pictures there of some smoked chicken, and we had a few other things with that. But today I'm just going to make this zucchini, and we're going to have that dish later on today. So here we are. We got one pot, and so we're going to go ahead and get the other ingredients ready. So give me 1 second to clean up here. Okay, next we're going to chop the onion. There's half an onion. I'm just going to peel off the outer leaves. They're kind of dry. So let's go ahead and peel those off. I'm going to thumbnail there. Anyway, let's peel it off. Okay, that's good enough. And we just want to chop it, you know, there's no perfection in the chopping it, just kind of get it small enough to where it cooks. Or if you don't like onion that much, you can chop it really fine. But this recipe does taste better with onion. I just want to tell you that. So anyway, I just get it, kind of rough chop it. You don't have to do it all perfect, just go ahead and rough chop it. Okay. And get a bowl. Go ahead and put it in the bowl. Okay. Set it aside. Okay, the next thing is the cherry tomatoes. I'm going to kind of rinse them down a little bit there. They still have the little stem on them. I'm going to go ahead and remove the stems. But right now I'm going to give them a little rinse. Just to get a little bit of the dust off, dirt that they might have. These are all organically grown, meaning they don't really have anything that will help with keeping the bugs off, or any disease, fungus, or anything that they may get. So they're all organic. So now I'm just going to take all the little tips off of, or the ends of the stems of the cherry tomatoes here, and we'll be ready for the next step. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alright? Okay, and there are the cherry tomatoes, all nicely cleaned and washed and de-stemmed. And look how they look. They almost look like red, shiny pearls. Look at that. Straight from the garden. Alright, let's continue. Okay, the first thing we need to do is get a pot about this size, almost the same size as the pot that we used to put the squash in, or zucchini. And so anyway, we need a pot, something similar to that. And then we're going to get some oil. Now vegetable oil will do, but if you like any kind of other oil, peanut oil, olive oil, whatever, you go ahead and use that. I'm going to put in about, well, let's say at least a good two tablespoons maybe. And we're going to go ahead and heat that up. Okay, so that'll be the first thing we do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat up on that to get it up right away. And then first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our onions. We're gonna saute them until they're translucent, and then we're gonna add the cherry tomatoes, then the zucchini, some water, and flavoring and salt. So okay, let's just reheat this, and then we'll go ahead and put the onions in. All right. Okay, looks like it's pretty hot. We're gonna go ahead and add the onions. Yeah, that's the sound of it. Nice and hot. Okay, we're just gonna saute this. Lower the flame a little bit. Remember, we want them to get at least a little translucent. So let's go ahead and saute them all the way. And this is a very simple recipe. It might just take a little time, but it's very nice. Afterwards, if you want, you can put a lid on it. That'll help with, I'll put it right there. And this one. Yep. Put a lid on it so they can cook a little faster. Now you don't want to burn them, but if you want to burn them a little bit, that's okay. They're going real nice. Look at that. Let me show you. Look how good they're cooking. Real nice. That's the way we want them. Okay. Okay, as soon as the onions are translucent or kind of toasted, we add the cherry tomatoes. I just add them all whole. They'll get like broken down on their own as well. And just kind of toast them in there as well. You cover them and just turn them every once in a while there. Boy, doesn't that look nice? Look at that. Wow. It's starting to break down a little bit. It's starting to pop. It gets too hot, okay. We're going to cover them and let them cook a little longer. Alright. Give it a few minutes more. Wow. Boy, it's broken down quite a bit now. Look at that. Okay, now that it's broken down quite a bit like that, now you want to add some of your squash little by little. Kind of stirring it a little bit maybe. Getting them mixed and coated with some of that tomato sauce. Little by little. You might want to turn your flame down a little before you do this. Just kind of put your squashes in there. Mix them up. Get them all mixed up with the tomato paste. Get them all nice and coated. I just go ahead and just put them all in, however, just as long as they're coated real good with some of that tomato. There we go. Yeah. Just kind of put them all in there, you know, if you can. They'll fit, you know, just get them all squashed in there. As long as it's a pot full, same size pot, they should all fit real nice. Plus, they're going to break down to about maybe 3/4 of what's in here. Okay, so as you can see, everything's now nicely coated with some of that tomato from down there. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to add some water. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to add some water. Okay, let's go ahead and add the water. I add about, till it gets about, let's say, 1 inch from the top. About like that. You can see there. Now I'll just go ahead and turn up the heat there. As you can see, I add about, I would say 3/4 or a little over from the pot. Now, they don't have to be all covered because you're going to cover the pot. But anyway, you're going to want some of that juice. So later on we'll add some more liquid. But for now we're going to just do this. Turn up your heat. And we're going to add some flavoring. Chicken flavoring right here. We'll add about, I would say about 2 tablespoons maybe. 2, 3 maybe. Tablespoons. And kind of mix that in first. You know, let it kind of get in there and mix all up in there. Oh yeah, that is looking really good. See, we just got to get that flavor mixed in there. Oh yeah. Now later on we'll salt it after it breaks down a little bit, because it is going to reduce quite a bit. Zucchini does reduce quite a bit. It gets soft. Now you want to kind of move all your stuff and get your flavor set, so you don't have to move it too much later on, just for adding cheese. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's mix all that up real nice. Kind of get your spoon in there and stir a little bit. You know, it's good to taste your stuff every once in a while. Well, you can use a little bit more flavoring. So if you need to add more flavor, go ahead and add more flavoring. I like mine to taste really good, so I like to add extra. Go ahead and do that. Mix all that in. I know sometimes it can be hard, but you don't have to mix it all the way in right now. It'll mix in eventually as you stir your zucchini. Okay, we want to get as many as we can, at least in the water a little bit. Like that. Okay, we're going to set it right on the middle of the stove. We're going to cover it. And we're going to let it cook till these zucchinis get down, reduced to a smaller amount. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let that cook, and I'll see you right now in just a second. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Ooh, it's looking really good. As you can see, it reduced already a little bit. Some of the zucchinis look like they're getting there. At this point, you don't want to move it around too much. You just want to get your zucchinis that are on top, that didn't get on the bottom, to the bottom, and those on the bottom to the top, just to rotate them a little bit so they can cook evenly and be okay. But eventually they'll be all in the liquid. But looking really nice. Look at that. Okay. Alright, we'll give it a few more minutes. Okay. Alright. At this point, as you can see, they're getting cooked pretty good. You can already see them changing color. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir. You can see they're reducing a little more. You want to go ahead and stir them a little bit. Maybe even taste it. Okay, this is when you want to add your salt. I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. Doesn't require much after you put your flavoring in there. But just go ahead and put some salt. Give it another stir and then give it a taste. And that'll tell you where you're at. Now at this point also, you can add any chili, any kind of peppers, you know, whether it be bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, habanero pepper, any kind of peppers. Or if you want to add already some salsas, you can make your salsa and add it on there. Or if you want, you can buy salsa that's already pre-made and add some salsa in there. But it's all up to you. However you want to at this point. Oh yeah. It tastes so good. You won't believe it. But it's still not done yet. We're going to give it a few more minutes. to get some of these other zucchinis done and kind of get them done, cooked all the way through. And so we're going to give it a few more minutes and then we'll be right back to finish up the dish. Okay. Alright, looking really good. Look at that. They're breaking down really good, as you can see. They went from a light to a little darker color. That's showing that they're almost done. Just want to check them. See how this one's still kind of a lighter green color. Some of them are still light green color, but some of them are getting that darker translucent green or yellow or whatever that color is. But anyway, that's what we want to do. We want to break them all down real good when they're done. And let me get a fork. Another way to know if they're done is that the fork goes right through the skin pretty easily. Still a little tough, so we're going to give it a little more time for them to cook. Alright, we're almost done with the recipe. Okay, let's give it a minute. Okay, I think it's almost done, or it's done. It looks done. As you can see how much it reduced. It reduced like about, 3/4 to what it was. As you can see, it came out real nice there. Let's taste it. Flavor is excellent. Let me move this over. So I'm going to go ahead and serve mine in this bowl here. I like to get it right nice and hot right out of the pot because it tastes so well. So you just kind of like put yourself some of this stuff right in there, like so. You know, get a little bit of that juice in there. Okay, let me cover this back up. Look how it looks. It looks really, really nice. It's got nice color, contrast. And so now I'm going to add the cheese. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a little handful of it, set it right in there. Add a little more. Get this that fell. Okay. And then I just like to stir it a little bit so the cheese goes all over. Kind of mix it together. Okay. Kind of like so. And oh, I forgot something. Let me go get it real quick. And that's how it looks. There's a close-up of it. Right there. You can see, simple dish. Zucchini. Yeah, okay. Okay, now that the dish is done, I did it right there. Let's go try it out. So let's go over to the table and we'll try it out, see how it is. Let me go ahead and grab a spoon real quick. Get it right here, right out of the drawer. Alright, let's go over to the table and we'll check out our little dish that we made. Alright. Okay, let me just move all this out of the way. And so let's try it out. Oh yeah, what I had forgotten was to get some cilantro to complement the dish. Okay, so let's give it a shot. Okay, let's give this dish a shot, see how it came out. It looks really, really nice. Look at the color. Look at everything. It looks really, really good. The cheese is nicely melted. So now let's try it out. Look at that cheese right in there. Oh yeah. That is really good. Now I'm having mine with these chips. Tortilla chips. You can have yours with bread, tortillas, whatever it is, your favorite thing to have it with. But I'm going to have mine today with chips. I usually have it with all kinds of different things. So, but let's see how it is. Now I usually have cilantro. No, it's a really, really good herb. It's healthy. And I grew a lot of it, and I have some here that I'm gonna have with this dish. So you guys gotta try this dish out. I'm telling you, it's worth it. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna have my meal here and enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So with that, I'm gonna let you all go, and we'll see you all in the next video.